Hello sir, I will be reciting the forensic 2. Dactyloscopy. It is a science which uses the study of fingerprint as a means of personal identification. And it came from a two Greek word, dactyl and scopian. Dactyl means finger and scopian is examine. Dactylography, it is a study of fingerprint for the purpose of identification. Dactylomancy, it is an attempt at character reading through the pattern of fingerprint. Dermatoglyphics, it is the lines, the tracings, and the design of the skin of the fingers, palm, and soles. Polydactyl, it is the hand having a more than the rich number of the fingers. Chiroscopy, it is a scientific examination of the palm of the hand, and it came from a two Greek word, chir and scopian. Chir means hand or palm, and scopian means examine. Podoscopy, it is the scientific examination of sole of the foot, and it came from a two Greek word, podo means foot or soles, and scopian means examine. Poroscopy, it is the scientific examination of sweat pore or the glands, and it came from a two Greek words. Poros means pore, and scopian means examine. Principles of infallibility. It states that the fingerprint can never be forged. Fingerprint laboratory equipment. Ink ruler. It is an instrument used in spreading the fingerprint ink into ink slab or ink plate. Ink slab or ink plate, it is a piece of metal or a plain glass that having a 1/4 thick and 6 or more than inches long, which the fingerprint ink is distributed while fingerprinting or during the fingerprinting. Card holder. It is a device used in clipping the fingerprint card to avoid the movement of the card while printing. Next, fingerprint ink. It is especially manufactured ink for the purpose of taking the fingerprint. Magnifying glass, it is used to examine the developed prints. Fingerprint powder, it is a powder used in developing the latent prints and usually found or normally found in a black, white, or gray and applied depending the contrasting background. Fingerprint brush. It is used in powdering the latent prints or the latent prints, and it have the three variation of brush that is used. It is the fiberglass, magnetic, and feather type. Fingerprint lifted tape. It is a tape used in lifting the developed latent prints, and it is a tape that quite harder than the ordinary tape. Latent print transfer card. It is a card that used in preserving the developed latent prints, and it's either white or black background. Fingerprint cards. It is a pieces of card that is used in taking the 10 fingerprints for comparison, and the usual size is 8x8. Scissors. It is a simple instrument that is used in cutting the latent print tape and other purposes. Rubber gloves. It is used to protect, or it is used to protect the fingers, the technician fingers, in from leaving his own print in an object or in the crime scene. postmortem fingerprint equipment. It is a set of equipment that containing the hypodermis syringe, spoon, tissue builder solvent, and tissue cleaner that is used in taking the fingerprint of a dead person. Fingerprint table. It is intended for taking the fingerprints. Fingerprint pointers. It is pointing the ridge in the conduct of ridge counting. Fingerprint camera. It is used in photographing the developed prints or the latent prints. Yes. Next is susunod. Fingerprint optical comparator. It is used to compare the two fingerprints at the same times. Fingerprint. It is the distinctive ridge outlines that which is appear in the bulb of the finger. Fingerprint friction skin. It is the epidermal hairless skin which is found in the ventral or the lower surface of the hand or foot and covered with the minute ridge and furrows without the pigment and coloring matters. Ridge. It is the ridge. It is the It is a tiny elevation or hill-like structure that is found in the epidermis layer of the skin that contains sweat. Furrows. It is the canal-like impression or depression that found between the ridge and normally found in a black, white. It is compared with a in a tire thread. Sweat pore. It is a small opening that found anywhere across the surface of the ridge but usually or normally found near the center. Sweat duct. It is a long hose-like structure that serves as the passageway of the sweat, and it exists in its mouth and the pore. Sweat glands. It is a glands that found in the dermis layer of the skin, which responsible in the production of the sweat or the watery substance. Epidermis. It is the covering layer. It is the covering of the skin or the outer covering of the skin. Two types of epidermis. Stratum corneum. It is the outer layer. Stratum mucosum. It is the immediately beneath the covering layer. Dermis. It is the inner layer of the skin which contains the blood vessels, various glands, and nerves. Bifurcation. It is a single ridge that divide itself into two or more branches, also called fork. Converging ridge. It is a ridge formation that converging ridge. It is a ridge formation that it is a ridge formation. It is a ridge formation that characterize in a close angular and serve as the pointers of convergence. Diverging ridge. It is a ridge that flowing side by side but suddenly separating and separating and but suddenly separating. Enclosure. Lake, islet, and islands. It is a ridge that divide itself into two branches and meets to form the original ridge. Fingers, abnormalities and congenitals. Macrodactyly, it is the abnormally enlargement of the fingerprint. Polydactyly, it is a hand having the more than or the rich number, having a more than the usual number of the fingers. Brachydactyly, it is the finger is abnormally short. Syndactyly, the fingers joined or fused together. Ectodactyly, it is the yung lobster claw hand that it is the absence of a one or more fingers in a hand. Ending ridge. Ending ridge, it is the an end with the abrupt ending. Recurving and looping ridge. Recurving or looping ridge, it is the ridge formation that curved back in the direction which it is started. Sufficient recurve. It is the ridge it is a complete ridge that is it is a complete ridge in its shoulder and free from any appendage.